Yo, people, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the Mandem Talk. We are live. It is Thursday. We're here in the sweltering heat. You feel me? Right now, it's probably about 31 here. Probably a little bit hotter in London right now, in the south. Rants, what are you telling me, man?
It's good, bro. Bacon. I'm good. Bruv, you know what? Bruv, today's not as bad as yesterday. I'm not gonna lie.
Is it? You think so?
I don't know. I've been outside today. I've been outside for a while, bro. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah,
bruv, there's no one outside, you know. There's no one outside. Everyone's shook, blood. But like, I can't lie. It's all right today. Yesterday was mad. Maybe it's because I trained yesterday. But yeah. Bruv, today feels a bit better than yesterday. Yesterday was a madness, but it's hot though.
Yeah. Especially when you're indoor. I think when you're outside, it's not too bad, you know. But when you're indoor, it's where it's like, it's baking hot, man. So, yeah, man, big up to everyone that's locked in. Stay hydrated, you feel me? I got my water here. You know them ones there. So, big up the community, you feel me? The Mandem will be on their way. You know what I'm saying? Everyone finish your work. Everyone enjoy the sun. You feel me? So, the Mandem will be on their way. Obviously, man, it's, I don't know what's going on, Rats, man. It's like, I feel like everyone's getting a bit itchy right now, itchy feet. You know what I'm saying? Is it too early for the itchy feet? It's all going off, man. It's all going off. What are you saying?
I don't know. Maybe it's on Twitter or something, because I don't know. I just think, bro, nothing's really happening anywhere in it. So I'm not really fussed, bro. Even the Anderson stuff, bro. Like them man have had an agreement. They've been trying to sort that out with Forest for what, like 3 weeks now. Nothing's happened yet.
Yeah,
like I just think things are moving slow in general. Well, not really slow because the window just opened, but you know what I mean. The window hasn't been open that long, but because there's been such activity on social media from even before the window was open, people feel like things are taking a long time. But the reality is, the window just opened, didn't it?
I agree. You know what it is? I think this, you know, when there's like too much news, by the way, big up AJ in the building as well. You know, I feel like when you get access to so much news now, it becomes like you know, too much information to the point where you're seeing transfer news being treated as this kind of special thing now. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, when I was growing up, it was literally Sky Sports and then boom, that's it. Now, obviously, social media you see everywhere, aggregators everywhere. You know what I mean? It becomes more exposed than it is in film. It's almost like the new kind of thing in football now, that dramatic feeling of, yo, transfer news, in it. And we don't get a dopamine. You know, we got the one early on with Edison. So it's almost as if that kind of, you know, that kind of wait for the next one. It's always that second one that makes everyone feel a bit anxious. If United have got two in the door, I think everyone will be like, you know what, fair enough, we've got two in the door. And not many clubs have got one in the door. But because we got one, got blessed with one so early, the next one, everyone's waiting for that bomber, in it. You feel me? Like it's that bomber everyone's waiting for. And obviously, it's Matteas Fernandez, isn't it? Matteas Fernandez is on everyone's lips right now. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we want him, but at what cost? And I've always made clear that he's not worth 85 million. You know what I mean? Like, he's not for me. And it's not worth the kind of hype that I feel like now. It's almost like we're signing Iniesta. Like, man, the way I'm deep in it, I'm like, yo, are we signing Iniesta, Mandem? Are we signing Matteas Fernandez? Good player, but at what cost do Man United keep on waiting around, or us as a fan base kind of have this feeling that he's the sole purpose of the summer? The whole purpose of the summer was to go and get 5 to 6 signings this summer. That's the purpose. Yeah, Matteas Fernandez could be involved, but he also could not be involved. Same way Anderson was involved, now he's not involved. You see what I mean? So like, there's this kind of feeling of like, for me, stay focused and understand the bigger picture of, yo, we need a lot of players this summer, and it may or not be the players that you want. But you see, when the football club move on and act accordingly, I think that's the best thing to do right now for Manchester United, is that they've got to be able to have this adaptation of, not only is there Baleba, there is also Alex Scott, there is also the guys that are doing it in the World Cup right now. I just said, see now something about Nemetro. You feel me? Big up Wilson in the building. So there's options, isn't it? Like, I go to you, AJ, bro. Matteas Fernandez, is it worth the hassle? Should we move on? Is it one of them ones no one's put in a bid yet? There's no need to panic. What are you saying?
But I feel like, obviously, the last time when we discussed this one, like, it made, like, the reason why, I was saying at the time, I feel like the reason why everyone likes it so much is because he's a baller and it sounds like it's going to be discount UK.
Yes.
But now it's coming like it's not, it's going to be the same price as all the other guys we're talking about. So now we have to rate him alongside them guys as well. And it's like, if we're going to pay 85, 90 mil for my man, now you have to actually think, is it actually worth it? Not saying he's not a baller, but now it's not looking like a slam dunk. Because at first, if you're hearing 40, 50, it's like, cool, Fernandes, 40, 50, grab him. He's a baller. It will do. It would more than do because he's cold. But now it's double the price. Are you as good as the guys that we weren't trying to splash on? And then that's when you start deepening as well. Do we even have the budget for that? To be just slapping nonsense money on one youth? It just sounds like something we've done before. So then we're going to have to find other things. The only thing for me is if we find something else, it's not sounding like it's going to be in the Prem. It's going to have to be outside the Prem. And then you could call it a gamble. Obviously, we're seeing stuff from like the Metro at the World Cup. But let's be honest, innit? But no, the thing is, the Metro moved me, innit? He's cold.
It's cold.
But you can't go off the World Cup when you're making signings like this. Like, if you make a signing based off what you see in the World Cup, it has to be like a signing after a couple other guys. Do you know what I'm saying? That's so you know that I've got some Prem proven guys and then him as well. And then he can get bleeded into it. But I still think if we signed him, it'd be a good signing, though. I rate him. I can't even lie to you.
See, Saeed, what did I say yesterday about the Fernandes thing? When we were getting linked to them initially, everyone was like, yo, we can get him for 45, 50 million. Them man are getting relegated. We thought it was going to be a nice little shrewd signing, bruv. 85 million is a bump, fam, because Tchouaméni's not costing 85 million. Bro, cost 70 million, bro, with 5 Champions Leagues, bro. A man are going to sign this youth with back-to-back relegations and no high-level experience whatsoever. But 85 million, we're dickheads if we spend that.
You know what it is, though? It's peak. It's kind of peak because he was third tier. He was third tier in terms of the players that we wanted in. But where it's peak is that, Mandem, we've all been there. Yeah, where you go to a corner shop, the bottle of water is £1.50, you're not having it. You're saying, I'm going to the next shop. Then you end up at the airport and you're paying the whole £4. Double, 3 times. We've been there. And sometimes we're at the airport. And right now, I think we was at the corner shop. Now we're at the airport. And you know why I say that? Is because I'm on the same thing what everyone else is saying. It's a bump. But the reality I keep on saying is this. I can only go on the market with Elliot Anderson. Do I think that Elliot Anderson is worth £40 million more than Matheus Fernandez?
But they're the same level players. But the Anderson thing is English tax, and foolishness, bro.
So if they're paying 125 for Anderson, we got to pay 80 for Matheus.
But just because them man are idiots. Remember when your mum said, yo, if your brethren jumped off a bridge, would you jump off a bridge? Say, idiot.
Yeah, exactly.
No. But we jumped.
I'm not jumping.
But we jumped. Now we jumped. I'm
not jumping, my G. I'm going home, blood. And see when the man got arrested, I don't know what's going on, bro.
Saeed, do you remember when we were talking about Anderson, and I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he starts for England and then after a couple of games, guys say he needs the whole bench.
Yeah.
Bro, you know what it is? You see, Anderson, we all know what we know, but what I want to say is this. Matheus Fernandez, only on footballing ability, if he was not at 2 relegated sides and he was playing at whether Barca or somewhere like that, and he wasn't kind of getting the regular games that he wanted or PSG and we went in for him. I just feel like footballing ability-wise, I just don't want to overlook it because I want it. Like for me, do you have the talent? Do you have the ability? Do I think that you can get us playing football in a type of way that Man United want for the next 10 years? If he ticks all those boxes, sometimes you know what it is because look, we paid Ugarte money, we paid Mason Mount money, and I'm not saying because we paid that we have to pay this. I'm just saying Ineos and these men have got bread. And if the market is saying that it's 70 million plus 10 million add-ons, I say we do the 70 million plus the 10 million add-ons. But the add-ons got to be Champions League, Prem. They got to be add-ons that if we get to 80 million, we won't even think about it. It'll be like a Declan Rice thing where Mandem will be saying, "What? That was little money that we paid for him. He's a bad boy footballer." Because let's get it right. If Man United turn up next season and do stuff, and Matheas Fernandez is part of us turning up, no one won't be talking about an £80 million signing.
But if you're spending 80 million on a substitute, because let's be real, like we're not starting Fernandes and Kobe pivot next season, like to do what, bro? Nah, like for me, he's a player that comes in to challenge Kobe, bro.
It depends what we're saying, what Carrick said he wants to do, because we got two players that can do it all. In terms of they can play the 8, they can play the 6, they're comfortable on the ball. If Carrick is going to play position-based football and he wants people that are comfortable on the ball, then we're going to, like Matteas Fernandez, do what Ander Herrera used to do for us, easily, comfortably, and some. Do you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, but we don't need an Ander Herrera next to a Kobe Mainu, though. This is the thing. We need a Tchouaméni next to a Kobe Mainu, or we need someone with you, but I just feel like an Adam Wharton or a Sander Berg. We don't need a Fernandes, bro.
No, but yes, it depends what you want to do. What is it that you want to play? Is he gonna tell him pick the ball up? Because he's one of the best passers in the Premier League right now. When you look at the Prem, Matheas Fernandez is one of the best, especially long ball passers in the game. So I just feel like, what is it that he wants him to do deep line? Does he want him to be deep line? Does he want him to be further up the pitch? It just depends on what he's going to do. And because of the signings we've been linked to, I'm not going to lie to you, I don't know what he wants to do. Because when we're looking at Alex Scott, he's different as well in terms of the 6 and how he's going to play. So for me, I just feel like, just be confident in what you're going to do. It's like at the start of the window, we were talking about Tonali, Elliot Anderson. We were talking about Bruno Gomes, bare players, and now we're just that's
the thing though. United have to adapt because the market is ever moving right now in a fast pace. So what's happened is now there's a domino effect, right? So the domino effect was the Elliot Anderson deal of 120 million, right? So Man United were after him, but when they see the price, they said we're going to pivot. Now that had a knock-on effect on the rest of the deals that are happening now, because now the level of Elliot Anderson all the way down to a Belebo, all the way down to whoever your favorite midfielders are, isn't worth the 40, 50 million jump that you're seeing right now in the market. So West Ham are thinking, we can actually put out an 85 million bid here because
I reckon it's 70. I reckon it's 70 with 10 million add-ons. Yeah, but
it's not going to be 85. It's not going to be.
I reckon it's 70. Yeah, I reckon it's 80 million with like 70 with 10 million add-ons. But the thing is, what I'm saying is this: if Matheas Fernandez is pivotal to how you want to play the game and is a pivotal signing to you,
but I don't think he is though, Musa. I think he's just. I think he's part of the numbers. This is my thing. If he was going to be the main guy that I knew I was bringing in to start, I don't have no problem paying all in 80 million, even though we got Sesko, Cunha, and Brian all for cheaper than that. Do you know what I'm saying? So, and they're all starters, bro, pretty much. And they've contributed very well to the season, bro. All of them scored over 10 Premier League goals and they got us where they got us. Like, is Fernandes going to have that same impact, as a squad player? As a squad player?
Yeah, I think so. I
don't think so. I don't think he's going to have an 80 million impact, but I think he's a good player and I want him at the club. But
you know why though?
I can't lie, the fees are crazy, bro.
The fees are mad. I don't even want to hear about it. I just want man to just tap the card. I don't even want to hear what's going on. I hear
that, but here's the thing, Musa. If we tap the card at the expense of tapping the card and getting something else, man are gonna complain that we didn't get something else, bro.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah. But my thing is this. I'm looking at this. Can Man United go? Because we paid only 30 million for Edison, and none of us predicted the Edison signing. So can Man United go and get 2 midfielders for 150 million? That's what we need. We need 2 more midfielders around the 150 million price mark. And if you add the Edison on, then you're looking at 180 million spent on 3 midfielders.
But the wheel of money pays for Edison anyway, so we're good.
This is what I'm saying. So in the bulk of things, you're looking around 75 on each midfielder anyway. And I feel like that's the price that you got to pay because if you pivot from Matheas Fernandez, you're still spending 60 million in the market. So then you say
if it's 60 million on a player that's the same level as him, I don't have an issue.
I don't mind that. Like if the first and foremost is that the club has to do. They have to do the research. They got to do the scouting because with Man United next season, I'm not really interested in what they did, what they didn't do. It's like when someone owes you that guap, you don't really care what they're doing. You just want it. I just want Man United to compete next season. Whether you get us Edison, who I didn't think should have been a part of the 3 that we were getting. I'll be honest with you. I'm all behind him, but I wasn't prepared for an Ederson signing to be our first signing. I feel like if you go into the market, like I said before, and you're firm in what you're trying to do, and you get like, not everyone's going to agree on all the signings, but you go into the market and straight away you get a here we go with Adam Wharton and Carlos Baleba based on the scouting that you did 2 seasons ago or the seasons before, and then you get Ederson in at the end. I think everyone says, you know what? Yeah, window closed. We done our thing. We went in, we wanted Wharton, we wanted Baleba, we've got our 2 signings in, we've added Ederson on there who's 27 years old.
But they got him first because he was the easiest one to do, bro.
That's what I'm trying to say.
So
I get that as well. But if you go in like that, the fan base is a bit more confident. Now, I'm being told that we're not sure if Matheas Fernandez is that important to Man United, and I thought he was based on everything.
We're not seeing that, Musa. Like, bro, you know what's mad, yeah? You know what's mad about football fans in general? What I don't understand is very, very clear that agents and clubs, etc., use people on social media to push certain narratives, to drive up prices, to manipulate the market, to do all of these things. Yeah, 3 weeks ago, apparently PSG, Arsenal, Real Madrid, all these men wanted Fernandes, but Man United was his priority. All of a sudden, it went from Man United's his priority to he's close to agree in terms with Tottenham, bro. Like within 3 weeks, and people don't think that someone's lying somewhere, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? If Man United's your priority, then and you're willing to turn down Real Madrid and PSG, then you're not going to sign for Tottenham, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? That doesn't make sense. So somebody's telling lies somewhere. Someone's chatting shit, bro. So if Man United really was his priority, and that's a big if, then Tottenham being involved is not going to change nothing, bro. West Ham are trying to get as much guap as they can get, and that's it. Do you know what I'm saying? So people are lying out here, bro.
Yeah, I'm not even worried about the Matheas Fernandez as much as I'm worried in who comes in next. Because like you said there, if you're thinking that Matheus is not even a starter, and then that means we're starting the season with, example, Kobe, Ederson, and Bruno.
I believe they want Tchouaméni, bro, and his name's been linked with us from the beginning. And now with Enzo Fernandez looking like he's going there, I believe he's going to have to make way, bro.
Yeah.
So
I said someone the other day, everyone knows I'm BLMFC. If we end up with a window of Tchouaméni and Baleba because Matheus falls through, you know my thing is different.
Yeah, but this is what I said, bro. The reality is,
I don't want all BLM midfield, man.
Musa, the reality is,
because man's happy with the other way round. When it's the other way round, listen, when it's the other way round, no one don't say nothing. Man's comfortable when it's the other way around. So I'm ready. I'm here for it.
Here's my thing, yeah. My problem with this window and everyone panicking is, for me, Baleba, flipping Anderson, Scott, flipping, all these men are the same level to me, bro. They're all the same level. They're just good players. They're good Premier League players, all of them. I throw Anderson in there as well. I think Adam Wharton, is the top end of that. I think Adam Wharton is above these guys. I think Adam Wharton's better than Anderson.
Oh, what? Did you see the Ghana game? You see Wharton's on that pitch. It's a different game.
Brother, I'm telling you see this Anderson, brother? Bro, listen. I was trying
to the big six, man.
Bro, this guy is not press resistant.
That toy car when you have to go like this.
Brother, you put Wharton and Kobe Mainoo in that midfield.
Bro, you know what's crazy? Man, see Anderson, playing for Nottingham Forest, a team that no one really rates, so they don't press him, and he's getting on the ball and he's dictating, and man looks really confident, and then man's on the biggest stage, a man's getting pressed out of his socks, blood. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm putting the ball out for corners and that. Bro, it's not the same. It's not the same. I'm not comparing them, but we saw what Calvin Phillips done for Leeds under no pressure, and we saw what he done to Man City, bro. Man City turned man into an alcoholic, rude boy. You know them.
I told man he's not better than James Milner. Man was saying I'm having a laugh. I'm telling you he's not better than James Milner.
Bro, man's been telling people for time, You see these guys at lower teams, you judge them on what they do against the teams around them, because that's when they have more of the ball. When you're playing against these big teams, bro, of course, when you're running into space, hitting the balls into space, you're gonna look sexy. That's why everyone's gassing him. That's why I get mad when I'm seeing the selection, because I'm seeing 3 runners in the midfield, but you're saying you can't take risk with a ball playing right back. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But you know what it is though? Before you say that, Musa, like about Matheas Fernandez being what we need for next season, I don't think he's like pivotal for Man United having an amazing season. He could be a part of it, but he's not going to be the pivotal thinking of why Manchester United do well next season. Same way Man City would buy Nico Gonzalez thinking they're going to do something with him. He's not been a great signing. Same way with Reinders. They bought
But
him
he's
for
steady
47
though.
million.
He's steady though.
Steady.
He's
That's what I'm
steady
saying.
though. You know what is though? You know what is though, Saeed?
Are they the guys that push them to a title? No.
Nah, but you know what, Saeed? You see when you got,
it's the Turkeys and the man of the world.
yeah,
No,
but
but
when
they-
you
but
got
they're
like for
steady,
like,
though.
yeah, when you're steady and you got like Kobe Mainu comes off, and then my man comes on, and we're just keeping levels. Like that's very important because a lot of the time we look at the bench and we worry about the midfield. We're like,
You worry
Mason
about the
Mount.
drop off when you make
Yeah,
a
drop
change.
off.
You know, players like
Yeah.
Mascara at Arsenal, when they bring him in, like the level don't just plummet. You know them
Yes.
ones. Like man comes
Yeah.
in and just does a job and he just keeps the level consistent. Like
That's
you need players
important.
like that as well. Like the,
Right,
the drop off when Mount and Ugarte come on, yeah, is criminal, bro.
It's mad. It's mad, and
actually
we're forgetting that. Yeah, we're forgetting that until we end up in the season. So I get the Fernandes thing because he's very comfortable in the ball. Like I said, I think he's one of the best passers in the middle of the park. So
Oh
I just
my
feel
god!
like,
I just deeped Mount's involved.
yeah, Mount's involved.
Well, you man are not deep.
We need to get rid of this guy, bro. I'm telling
Mount's
you.
deep straight away. Mount's involved. Like when we're talking about all these midfielders, bro, Mount's involved. You know.
Yeah, because bro, sign him in it. No, who's gonna buy him? Who's gonna buy him? That's the
So
problem.
then how many are we actually getting?
Now we're still getting two more. Mason Mount is Bruno's backup. So when Bruno's injured, well,
Nah,
to be fair, he's never
no,
injured.
that's the thing.
But Mount can just do a little job here and there when Bruno comes off or
Gotta
whatever.
go, man. Mount's gotta go.
Bruv, send this guy out on loan to Frank Lampard, brother. I'll be real, yeah. We got Cunha that can play in that
That's
position.
a shout.
Brother, man can play Cunha in that position. We can even play Ahmad in a little SAS number 10 thing, bro. That
Yeah.
this bare man we can play there, bro. Like we don't
Bro.
need this guy, bro. Bruno cover can be any of them dons. We don't need him there.
No, but the thing is, Fabrizio, his 250 grand a week has been activated because we're back in the Champions League. So if anything, he doesn't leave this season. This is probably the season where he says, you know what, Mandem, Champions League
Brother, anyone can go, man. We need to activate that number 7 shirt. It's a madness.
What do you know what I'm saying? How can the number 7 be held hostage?
Nah,
You're
yeah,
saying his wages are gonna fix his legs.
No, what I'm saying, wages are a big problem, and they're a reason why he's going to stay. But the thing is, though, United have got to create a bomb squad. Now, whether Michael Carrick is brave enough to do that and create the real bomb squad, by the way, not the bomb squad that we had last time. The real bomb squad.
You already know how it gets, but
but this is what Juventus did. Juventus got 7 players and said, yo, you man are not part of our plans. And I think it was Thiago Motta at the time. Kick bare man out. Now, if United could do that, they could do it. But I don't know whether United have a deep enough squad yet to be able to still do that right now.
No,
with the whole
if they get their midfielders, they can tell Mount to bounce.
They
won't do it, bro. My man cut shapes at the Christmas dances. Like he's a nice guy, innit? Like they're not gonna do that.
Also, they need to bring back Sekou Kone, man. They need to bring back Sekou Kone.
Go and watch all of Man United's adverts when they do promo. Mason Mount
bro.
is in front of everything, bro.
The shampoos, everything, bro.
Yeah, but that could also be his PR company though that he signed with. They could just be, you get me, kind of making sure that man's in there. It could be that as well.
Yeah, of course, man. Bro, listen. End of the day, yeah, you live by United, yeah, whether you like it or not, yeah, you as a brand, yeah, it's class from here, bro. You know what I mean? Unless you've got already baggage coming in, yeah, your brand is finito, bro. Because at the end of the day, when you come to Man United, you're going to be linked to all sorts of madness. You feel me? All sorts of crazy stuff. You feel me? So now he's not going to have that. So I think for me, all in all, I look at it, I think Mason Mount is going to be here one more year. Like I've accepted it, you feel me? Unless, like I said to you, he has his own way of thinking about my career. I would be embarrassed right now. I'm not in the England squad. You feel me? Like he said a couple of months ago, I'm going to be in the England squad. I've got good chances. You're not in it anymore. So do you want to make a career? Do you not? Some people are safe in it. Some people are like that, bro. That's what they are. You get me? But I want to go to Tchouaméni, yeah. The update regarding Tchouaméni is that Real Madrid, he's on a big salary, which I don't believe is big, by the way. Like he keeps saying it's a big salary when 220 is not big, really. When you look at a player of Tchouaméni's kind of quality and what he's shown.
Euros.
And is financially not what Man United want to do. Real Madrid are still not open doors to an exit for the player. Yeah, that's because we need Fernandes to go and leave Chelsea. As soon as Fernandes leaves Chelsea, yeah, to go to Real Madrid, I think that's when the doors open for Tchouaméni to leave. I really do. So it's a domino effect. I don't think Real Madrid are pushing him out the door. Real Madrid are forcing him out. I believe it's one of them ones where once you do get in a Tchouaméni, Enzo Fernandez, United then can push for that one. But I don't believe his wages are a problem. He's on 220, which is not that much in terms of our relative fees and what we're shooting right now. It's not the upper kind of scale. So I think for me, that should be Man United's marquee signing. Then after that, I don't know wherever Man United go after that. That should be Man United's marquee signing, Tchouaméni, for me personally. Because that's the one that looks for me, United's kind of main kind of target right now as what they're pursuing. Yeah, there's the Matteas Fernandez on the side, but the one that they've always kind of looked at and thought, we want him is Tchouaméni. And they're open to selling him. It's just that they're waiting for their situation to...
I don't see him leaving, I'll be honest.
You don't see him leaving?
Nah. Like, I'll be real. Because obviously, I know, bro, we know Jose, bro. That's his type of DM to a T. I don't see him leaving. For Enzo, no.
Yeah, for Enzo Fernandez. But they have to make way in it. They have to sell some players, isn't it? Like,
who would their midfield be? Who would their DM be?
Jose's a rebel. Jose will come back and rebuild Camavinga again. You know, don't play with Jose.
Yeah, you never know.
You can't build limbs, bro. You can't build limbs.
Brother, you see what it is though. There's a false narrative that he wasn't available last season. You know, go and look at his injury for last season. The brother was available. He just didn't have a good season. Jose will come. Yeah, he just didn't have a good season. But Jose will come and rebuild what he needs to rebuild. Don't get it twisted. How old is he? 23.
Have you ever seen a top Jose team without a bad boy DM? That's actually a physical demon. It's not happening, bro.
So if you're saying Tchouaméni don't happen, so what do you think happens then? If you know Tchouaméni don't happen, Matteas Fernandez don't happen, who do you think's happening? What do you think's happening then?
Bro, I think there's just bare mind games, man.
There's
too many mind games. For all we know, United are doing this Tchouaméni thing just to show West Ham that, bro, we'll move on from that. I don't know. There's just too many mind games. I can't keep up with it, bro. I can't.
100%, bro. Large up,
the fan base are panicking. I see man panicking in the GCs, crying, panicking. Like, guys, man.
I'm panicking.
Man. I remember Sesko and Boomer, the man were complaining last season. The man were moaning that players came in, everyone just sharp.
We had we still had Amrin in the seat. We had Amrin moving mad. Amrin had the handbrake on. Carrick had to come and kick off the handbrake. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I forgot about Amrin, you know. Amrin was so much trauma, my mind's deleted it. It's trauma. I don't want to think about Amrin ever in my life again.
Well, you will do pre-season. So what are you gonna say?
Oh yeah, I hope we batter him as well, pussy.
Do you feel like the World Cup is the reason why some men haven't done signings yet? Imagine you signed, I don't know, let's say you do sign an Anderson and then all of a sudden he does his ACL. It's mad.
Yeah, bro. I think the World Cup is a part of it as well, and also the financial year is also not started for a lot of the clubs. So when
all the clubs until July the 1st.
Yeah, so
we need to be ruthless. Yeah, you see how Cucurella's talking about Madrid. He's all trying to draw next players there during the World Cup. That's the type of pool Madrid's got. We need to have man like that. We need to have flipping that type of pool where man's coming out of World Cup saying, "Listen, I'm not." Who was it? Alvarez. Alvarez told Athletic, "I'm not coming back. I'm not coming." I got straight to all parties. It's best for all parties. We need that type of conversation with United.
What do you man think of Boadi?
Boadi, good player. Again, you need to be careful about spending that amount of peas after one World Cup. You get me? Yeah. Like, it's a bit of a mad one.
No, but he's been scouted well. He's been doing his thing. It's not a World Cup thing for my man. He's not a World Cup thing for my man.
I don't know.
It's not a World Cup thing.
No, I think for me, you know what it is? I think Man United have to. This is the thing, right? Yeah. You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. Yeah, Man United for years have been laughed at for overspending. Now that we are now in a position where United shouldn't be really needed to overspend. Yeah, you look at the recruitment that's been done in the last couple of years. United now needs to be saying, right, hold on a minute, let's think logically here. I get
100%.
I get it. We want to win the title. We want to try and aim to win the league. But at the same time, bro, we can't be absolutely fleeced in the market just to go and get that one player that may or not be a hit at Man United. He may not. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but you know what we don't want to see, Si? We don't want to see Man United not get Matheus Fernandez for like 70 million and then go and give Everton like 58 million for James Gardner. That's not what we want to see.
I don't think he'll come. I think he signed a deal.
No, but I'm saying I'm just saying that's the type of replacement we don't want to see. We don't want to say that. All right, cool. We're going to save 20 million by going and getting in a different type of player like that. We want to see some type of ambition.
We're not going to do that though. All the players we've been linked with, we've pretty much been linked with before. Even the Metro, we linked with the Metro over a year ago, bro. Like this isn't a new link. I don't think we're gonna sign him, but when we were initially linked with him, because obviously Wilcox knows him from Man City. Bear man were like, who's this guy? He's not good. All of a sudden, a couple World Cup games, a man are gassing him, bro. You know them ones. So
man, we should have got him last season. I told man
but last season we were linked with him,
I told man.
And they were saying 70 million euros, and people were saying that's too much. And now,
I remember that.
If we sign him now, we're going to end up paying that anyway.
I told man we should have got him. Because I told man he was similar to Gravenberch. I think it was on the show with Saeed. I said he's very similar to Gravenberch and how he can play the game.
I like him.
Yeah, see that last minute Undav? That Revy.
I like him.
I need that Old Trafford still.
Yeah, but bro, this is my point. My point is there's so many players that are a similar level. I'll still put him at the same level as the Scots and the fucking Belabers and all that. There's so many midfielders that are just around that level. They're just good players that I'm refusing to overpay for one brother because there's so many men at your level that man could replace you with, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? There's only certain man that I'm willing to overpay for. I'm willing to overpay for Lewis Hall because I believe there's not many profiles like him or what he does. Same with Adam Wharton to a certain extent. But the rest of these men, they're a dime a dozen, bro, respectfully. Do you know what I'm saying?
You don't think it's mad though, like the A-class signings, Say for example now, Manchester United were actively involved in trying to sign in Vitinha, I can actually understand that being 100 million signing because you're like, you know what, that's Vitinha, bro. Like, you know what I mean? He's a top quality player. But all of a sudden now, the C, B, C kind of type signing have almost become that now. And I'm like, yo, football's changing.
Bro, like
now.
80 million can't become the old 50 million. Like 80 million can't become 50 million. That's foolishness. Do you know what I mean? If a man said to me 80 million for Adam Wharton now, I'll pay that without flinching because I know that he's got a unique skill set. He's got a unique skill set. But when I'm seeing some of these other guys, like, bro, they don't stand out from the rest enough. There's nothing that they do that for me is exceptional enough for me to say, you know what? For me, Wharton, his range of passing, his press resistance, and the way he controls the tempo of a game, is very unique in the modern game, bruv. Very, very unique. A lot of these other guys, bro, they're doing stuff that other guys do.
Yeah.
Listen, if Belabba didn't have a crap season, I would have been backing him right now. But off the back of last season, I can't talk. But you see the season before that, the brother was unplayable.
Even Belabba, like if you watch Sangare and you squint your eyes, blood, it looks like you're watching the same player.
Nah.
Sangare
Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype.
Pass than him.
Nah, don't believe the hype. I'm trusting
bro. The passing range.
Even that you in the Ivory Coast film with Slightly Levs, you know.
He's good. That Christ you in Ivory Coast. Yeah,
them man are levels with Batman.
These levels. He's moving like.
That's right. They're all the same you. They're all the same you.
All the same you. No, it's true. It's true. When you actually deep it, the thing is, though,
I'm talking about.
Everyone's gonna gas everyone silent in a way. Like, for example, I was chatting to Big Steve, in Toronto, and I was trying to tell him, yo, Anderson ain't worth this. Well, listen, we got the money in it, but it's like he was trying to gas it up. You know, when you're just trying to gas it up for the sake of gassing it up. But if it was Man United, I said, you wouldn't be saying the same thing. So I feel like right now we're all going to be selfish and we're all going to be saying our player's worth that price. But if you're honest and you're a football guy first, you're going to just be honest and say, yo, that ain't right, guys. Come on, man. Like that ain't the player we should be paying for that sort of money. You feel me? Like, it isn't. Whether you think it's not your money or not, it shouldn't be that price, bro. Because you're gonna make football go into a very, very bad way where Mandem have 6 months. It's like the England squad. You can play for 2-3 games well, and all of a sudden you got a call up. That's how it's becoming now, football, where to 6 months, and all of a sudden you're rated at this price, bro. And I'm like, yo. It's a mad thing.
The midfield is mad though, man. We got to accept it. Games are won in the middle of that park, you know. See that engine room there? Like, it's been a long time since we've been comfortable to say, yeah, we got our ballers doing their thing. Like, games are won and lost in the middle of that park. And there's so many seasons we've come on here and we said, yeah, we didn't control the game. We didn't control the midfield.
And also, can I put something down? Would you have thought that Vitinha and João Neves, Vitinha,
Yeah.
João,
Yes, talk about this side. Talk about this
Would
side.
you have thought, João Neves, Vitinha would be this unbelievable duo in football, where now they're at the kind of almost.
Man was saying, "Oh, you got man from Wolves." I remember people even saying about Konya as well. I'm tired of it.
Yeah,
bro.
you see what I'm saying? So all of a sudden, Musa, you can create your own version of what you deem as the best in football now. It isn't kind of almost like
It's all about balance, bro.
it's all about balance. Yeah, there you
It's
go.
all about balance. It's about getting the right players. And the same way you say games are won and lost in midfield, getting a new attack got us from 15th to 3rd, bro. So games are won and lost in attack as well. You know, like
but
that.
we did
Games
that.
are won and
We
lost
had
all over
big
the
tasks.
pitch, Musa.
We had Big Cass and Kobe came back. So, you know, the levels was mad. But
You're right, but remember when you look at the goals, the amount of goals we scored and who scored them, brother, if you swap that attack for Garnacho and Hoyland,
now we're finished.
we're
We
not
need
finishing
both.
3rd.
No, we're not. We're not. We're not. We're not.
Hey,
We're
we
not.
might even finish. Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
But the difference now, though, is controlling the game. I think controlling the game, and I said, like, I think Adam Waterman and Kobe will be a solid midfield right there.
It'd be
I think
ridiculous.
that man will be controlling the games like week in, week out. It will be a very balanced.
And bro, there's
very
rumors that
balanced as
Carrick's
well.
trying to convince these men to go get him because he likes him, innit?
You know what it is? I believe
That's you. That's
Manchester United. I
Yeah.
feel like Manchester United deserve signings like Adam Wharton because we've in the past kind of almost embraced this idea of like players that get on the ball and start moving with it. You look at the Michael Carrick, even to a certain degree, Roy Keane and these guys, you know, where they get the ball and their first thing is to go pass forward. I think United have always, same way United have always prided themselves on getting wingers here that get on the byline and start moving. You also get midfielders like an Adam Wharton. It almost feels to me Adam Wharton is a Manchester United type of signing.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what I mean? And then you got Michael, it's almost like Michael Carrick Wharton. It's like you're passing on the baton
I don't know where we started doing this runners midfield. Like whenever we've been successful, it's never been a runners midfield. Even when we had Cleverly and Anderson in there, it was still football first, bro.
Yeah,
you know, let your wingers run.
The Premier League.
We had deep lying Paul Scholes. We always had someone that could put their foot on the ball. Once we transitioned from Roy Keane, and that's not to say Keane couldn't pass because he could, but once we transitioned from Keane to Carrick, and then we had Scholes there. Then even Rooney had a stint there. We've always had someone that can kind of get their foot on the ball and try and move it, bro. So,
Ranstone, and this is a conversation to have here. Is the fact that maybe what Michael Carrick, I don't know if you remember an interview, he kind of mentioned a few characteristics of a midfielder. And one of them was like to be robust and to be, you know, physical. And that there is still a requirement that Man United need to have. Whether they get that from Anderson, from
Wharton is robust.
He's robust.
I do think
when you're playing centre mid with low socks, and you're still getting stuck in, bro. Like he's robust. Man's slide tackling with no shin pads, bro. I trust guys like that.
He's playing in a two. That's what I do. That's what people aren't understanding as well. He's playing in a two. We watched guys playing a two under Amorim, and guys were getting run through. Wharton plays in a two week in, week out. We have to read him for that. And he's playing there next to Kamada, who's more or less a 10, but he's obviously converted himself. And he's playing there next to Will Hughes, which is also a good player. But if you can put someone better than Will Hughes next to him, what do you think he's gonna do in a free? Technically, obviously.
Yeah. This is the thing, though. Like it's understanding what the league is right now, innit? You feel me? And having that balance, bro. Like, for example, look at Arsenal. They started off with Zubimendi and Declan Rice, and then not halfway through, towards the end of the season,
it was Miles,
Lewis Skelly in midfield. You feel me? Like, look how all of a sudden that changed. So United, I feel like still need to find that balance where it almost isn't based on the name, like focus on the name. It's more so, what does that guy do to this guy? How does this guy blend with?
But that also highlights that it's a squad game, like I said, because you look, Miles went into midfield before he was playing left back. Flipping, Marino had a stint up front. Havertz was up front. Gyökeres was up front. Bro, throughout the season, different men have played. Ben White was playing right back towards the end. All these men had to chip in little by little by little. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's what got them over the line. Everyone chipped in. So you need players that can come in and not drop the level.
That's it. It's the level side. We mentioned that earlier because like it's all good and saying where they're gonna play, but the reality is we need players on the bench that's not gonna drop the level because we've seen it. Like we saw last season with Ugarte and them man coming on. It's a long day. The minute we build that squad where we have enough players on and off the bench who can play at a certain level, I think we're gonna have less worry on who starts and what's going on.
Yeah,
And I think we're gonna concentrate more on what Michael Carrick's trying to do and and how he's trying to play the game.
And also, you get me, like, it is like, you know, and big up to the staff here, then, man. Hopefully you can chip in as well. But I do believe, like, we've got to stay focused on how many we need to bring in as well. Like, this idea that we're sticking on to this one target and then boom, we're missing out on the left back, we're missing out on the left winger, which I still believe we need a centre back as well. Like, there is still other things available that Man United can go and get. Like, I do hope that the fan base understands that it is going to be a long run. You know what I mean? Like, it's a whole summer of preparations. It's not going to be we rely on one person to pick up the phone and tell us when he's coming. No. If you don't want to give us the answer, move on to Tottenham. You go move on. You feel me? Like, we want players that want to join Man United. And that's been successful for us for the past 2 years. Look at the unity and the harmony that's been in this squad in the last, let's say, for example, you know, especially under Michael Carrick. But even generally, like, you've seen players actually want to play for each other. You get me? Like, I want to be...
Yeah, but Saeed, you know what I think people are forgetting, When you look at last season, I think, was it Mbumo? We knew Mbumo wanted to come to us, but there was bare higgy, like bare Brentford was moving mad. So we don't know what's happening really. Maybe it's patterned and everyone's just panicking because it's not happening at the time they want it to happen. People were moaning that we got Edison first. Why did we get him first and whatever? The main thing is as long as we get the players by the end of it, it doesn't matter for me personally about the order, but yeah, we just need to let the window play out a bit, man. Because there's loads of even bigger teams that are taking long to get their targets. It's not a straightforward thing or a Man United problem, like. It's just West Ham. And look at when we had the whole Maguire thing and all of that before. West Ham give us a lot of headache, man.
Yeah, Rhino. Frank came in and then they said all of a sudden that Brian was
he's gonna go. Yeah,
he really wanted him, and we was gonna get hijacked, bro. And we saw how that went. Do you know what I mean? So
exactly, and that took long as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. So pre-season always is going to be one of them ones where you don't get your signings through the door anyway. Like, it would be nice to have players going to pre-season, but end of the day, bro, like, it's a World Cup year, so you have to understand it's going to be a little bit slower. And like I said to you, the main kind of theme is teams are getting overpriced and players are getting overpriced. That is now a stumbling block now where teams now are not going to put in a bid and say, yo, we're doing this right now. Like, even Tottenham, for example, they've still not put in a bid. So until they do that, then we can find out where or whereabouts the market is going now. So then we can now say, cool, it might not be a Premier League thing now. You know, you were saying that, AJ.
Did they bid for Tonali? They sent a bid for Tonali.
Yeah, they bid for Tonali. They got rejected. They want 100 million. 100 million for Tonali. The game's gone. Are you mad? 100 million for Tonali. Like, come on. No, it's true. It's not though. Like,
that's the same you.
Crazy.
But separately though, Nuruddin, I can't lie though, your analysis on Diamande was top still. The way you described him here is exactly the way he played the other day.
Which one? The one, the winger.
Bro, the first 5 minutes of that game, he was struggling to control the ball. But once he actually controlled the ball, you could see he had something in it. But his first touches, howlers.
Bro, listen, but they're paying 105 million for him, bro. Liverpool are paying 105 million for him, which is crazy. Absolute madness.
Yeah. They might be paying for a potential, but it's a kid who needs a lot of development. He needs a lot of development.
Yeah.
He needs a lot of patience and development. But he's got some raw elements.
Attributes, yeah.
I mean,
they got the right manager for him.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm bored of this Fernandes.
Bro, talk to me.
Move on, man. That's it. Move on. Next player, move on, man. I personally believe there's some skullduggery between the agent, West Ham, these minions in the press. So yeah, there's a lot of skullduggery, a lot of things, back scratching going on.
Yeah, man.
Horrible things in transfer in football. So yeah.
Hey, Nuruddin? What are you saying about Alex Scott?
Yeah. I'll take Alex Scott. Move on.
How much do you think we should pay for him? How much would you? What's the max you would want to pay for him?
I paid 55. Well, the club paid 55 for fucking Mount. going up to 60. So I'll pay around 55 to 60. Yeah.
He won't be that worth that. I'm telling you now. That's what I'm saying to you guys. That if the market's finished now, if Matteas Fernandez ends up going for 80 million, best believe Bournemouth say we want similar money.
Well, I told you already, Si, we're not at the corner shop no more. We're at the airport. Everything's double now. We're about to take off, brother. Yeah, you're in the wrong place now. Everything is, it's either you're going to firm it and go with what you've got.
You know what, though? I do believe Alex Scott, and again, I don't want to make it like I think he's worth it, but there's something about Alex Scott that I do believe with his footballing ability and his technical ability that we might see the best of him quickly. You know, sometimes
it's the ball carrying, bro. He's special, bro. Like he's actually special because I always say, when you find players that can dribble through the middle of the pitch, it's such a rare thing to see, like it's a special talent. When Giggsy used to do it, like Giggs used to give people nightmares because he was a winger, and when he moved inside, he was running with like the competence of a top winger, but in the middle of the pitch, the most congested part, bro. It opens up the whole game.
Even the way he used to drop the shoulder and that, the way he used to send, man, silly.
Bro, because it draws so many people out of position. Because normally, when you play centrally, you're used to having to screen and intercept. When you're seeing a man running towards you, now you're like, yo, do I leave my guy to go stop this guy? Do I let him go? It causes way too much chaos, bro. Way too much chaos. He causes chaos, bro.
Paul Ince is the last player I remember United doing that. Can take us from the edge of our area to the opposition. Like, just take the ball, drive the team up the pitch. But listen, at the end of the day,
I shouted down for
me. The way West Ham are moving and making it out, like, listen, you got relegated. You're in a championship prices.
Yeah.
Stop the crap. People in London apparently have to pay higher tax because now you're in. You know, people in East London have to pay higher tax. You're getting help, man. You're getting help by the whole of East London. So chill out. Relax with your 85 billion. I would. Tchouaméni, I personally think Tchouaméni and Alex Scott would be a really balanced combination.
Yeah.
You know what? You could take Kone and Alex Scott. You know what I mean? Tchouaméni, somebody like that for me. I'll move on. Time to move on.
So I mean the Kone from France, Roma.
Yeah.
That's a shot.
I've been rating him since he was at where was he? Bruges Mönchengladbach.
Yeah, Mönchengladbach. Yeah.
We've been watching that kid for a long time. Time.
Yeah.
5 seasons. Me and Danny used to talk about it in the spaces that we needed somebody like him for a long time ago. That's like 3-4 years ago.
Yeah. Staffy, what are you saying, bro? What are you saying about all of this madness and the commotion? Midfielders, what are you saying, bro?
First of all, I'd like to be addressed as a NBA champion moving forward. So let's make that right. Big up to the chat, big up to everyone here. I'm still hungover on some basketball. Yeah. See, I started getting bullied on Twitter, Said I can't lie.
Come on, Nixon 5, man.
They were trying to call Saeed a glory hunter.
He's the ultimate glory hunter.
Bro, get out of here, man. Nixon 5, man.
No, it was so funny. I don't know if I told you, Saeed, but I was at the parade, and wallahi, bro, I'm not joking. Some guy was like hanging on like some of the rails, like the construction thing.
Yeah.
This guy looks at me. He's like, I know you. I was like, what? He's like, it's Staffy, United fan. I was like, oh shit. Like, how do you know me? I was like, yeah, I watch you on Saeed TV all the time. I was like, oh shit. Like, in the middle of fucking 2 million people parade, someone just spotted me like that because of this show. So big up to him if he's watching right now.
Love for that.
But yeah, I was just listening to what you guys have been saying. I was tuned in a little bit late, so I was just basically catching up on what you guys have been talking about. I'm assuming a lot of this started with the whole Matteas Fernandez thing.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, bro. Like yesterday, I saw that and just like I don't know if I'm just content as a sports fan right now because I've seen another team like of mine win a championship, so I'm a bit relaxed. But I didn't really get that bothered, bro. I can't lie to you. I was just seeing the meltdown on Twitter yesterday, and I just couldn't understand it. Like, we're talking about a player that was linked with Man United and Real Madrid, and he picked Tottenham. I don't know if I could look at that and just feel any anger. Is he a good player? Sure. Is he someone that we wanted? Of course. But like, am I really that upset that a player who just got relegated, and that's not on him, by the way. The reason I mentioned he's relegated is because we think when players get relegated, you can get somewhat of a discount. That's the joke we all ran. We were like, let's get West Ham relegated so we can get what's his name for about 35 to 40 mil. He's costing us about what 80 something mil is what they're asking for.
And Stafford, you know, so ironic. We was contemplating who we prefer to go if we wanted West Ham or Tottenham to go down. Now we're still in a kind of triangle battle with them anyway.
They both should have went down. That would have been easier. But guess what? Now we're stuck. Well yeah, fuck them both. But both of them. But I'll be honest, 85 million, and then he's trying to get certain wages that clearly Madrid and Man United are not trying to offer him.
Nope.
If you're getting overpaid to go to Tottenham, I'm not gonna sit here and say that, oh, I think now he's shit just because I don't think he's coming to United. But honestly, bro, like I'm not really batting an eye on that.
That's his ambition, isn't it? That's his ambition.
The level of midfielders that are available this summer, I feel like most of them are very similar. I think the only two standouts to me is Anderson and Tchouameni. I think those are the two that we kind of understand. All right, this is why you're about 100 mil, whatever it is that your club is asking for. But I'm looking at it, bro, and I'm like, I'm not really losing sleep over Matteas Fernandez going to Tottenham to play for a wage. Because, like, fair play to him. If he feels like he should be getting paid, he should be getting paid. And if he's not getting that money at two bigger clubs than Spurs, then fair play, go ahead and go get your bag. I'm not going to say nothing. But, like, I'm really not that bothered about it. I feel like there's so many midfielders that are available this summer. There's so many good midfielders that we're not even linked with that we probably should be linked with. Shout out to Nourdin. He's always mentioning Sangare. And I was at a watch party the other day for the World Cup, and some people were talking about Sangare, and I'm like, you know what? This is how good this kid is, but no one's really talking about him in that aspect. I was talking about Lamine Camara. There's so many good midfielders out there. Alex Scott, so many guys that you guys talked about, and I'm just looking at it, and I'm like, I'm really not that bothered. I'm more right now looking at, because I don't think we're getting Anderson. I think it's been very obvious for weeks now. He's probably going to City. I'm really more looking at Tchouaméni, because this is what always happens when we get linked with some of these big players in Madrid. They start with, oh, they're not for sale. And then it goes to, oh, but they would kind of entertain hearing offers. And now it's like, oh, there might be a possibility, da-da-da-da-da. And it all starts like that. It started like that with like Casemiro, with Varane, da-da-da-da-da. I'm more looking at that because I'm looking at him and I'm looking at what our needs are. I get what you guys are saying about Wharton and all that. The way I view it, I think we kind of need someone in that midfield that's going to be a lot more physical, someone who is a dominant ball winner and competent on the ball. And that's why from the jump, I've been looking at Tchouaméni a little bit more. If Tchouaméni makes himself available this summer for one reason or another, I don't know, maybe they want money, da-da-da-da. If he becomes available, that's my number one target. That's the person that I'm looking at. And if he's attainable and we can't get, I'll be like, damn, bro, fuck, I really want him. I feel like that was the guy for us. But I'm not doing that over Matteas Fernandez, bro. Good player, but I'm not doing that for him. No disrespect.
Yeah, facts. I think you're right, man. I think it comes down to, like I said to you, man, the whole summer and what our plans are, and the fact that this midfield market isn't like the striker market where there's barely any options available. The midfield market is a stacked market. It's just whether you like the names and you have researched and you have actually watched midfielders. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. You know, there's certain midfielders that I've watched, like Lamine Camara. I don't really like or believe in the hype of Lamine Camara. But again, people might like Lamine Camara. Sangare, I haven't watched a lot of him. But again, he's probably giving you a lot more than what these players in the Premier League are getting, but doesn't get maybe the hype or the exposure that he probably deserves. So there are like players available there that probably are just as good or if not better than the ones we're seeing in the Premier League. Just the Premier League gets exposed to the masses. Or maybe some people just watch the Premier League only, which is fair if you want to watch the Premier League only. But then there are other players available for a better price. You just have to trust the data, the judgment, the understanding, and go from there. You feel me? Like that?
You know who impressed me, Saeed? I don't know if you guys would agree with this. Manu Kone, that guy was winning every fucking ball in that midfield. No one can get him off the ball. He's a fucking unit. I forgot what game it was, the second game that French played, and no one was able to get him off the ball. I forgot who they played. I think it was Iraq. I mean, it's easy to beat Iraq. He was, I'm not going to lie, bro, he was cooking in that midfield. Shout out to Cass. He used to talk about him like 2 years ago. He looked like an absolute beast out there. But that's what I like to watch in the World Cup, bro. Like, people forget as well. I like when business is being slowed down a little bit during World Cup years, because you get to watch players that maybe you just didn't know of. And scouts go out there and they start seeing players that maybe went a little bit under the radar, and then they perform. Don't get it twisted. Performing at the World Cup is like some of the highest stages you can ever perform at. And you start discovering a couple players that maybe no one was talking about before. So you'll find yourself maybe in a conversation about a player that maybe wasn't talked about before the World Cup that could be talked about after the World Cup because of a good performance or a good campaign. So I'm very patient with our midfield rebuild, bro. I'm not panicked at all.
Yeah. I think you know what it is though, Mandem. It's one of them ones where like maybe the style thing is what Musa was saying, is that maybe because we don't necessarily know the kind of direct style that Carrick wants to implement, it may be a summer where we are going to be questioning what midfielders United are linked with, and people are a bit kind of unsure as to what happened. Like last summer, for example, you got Cunha and Mbeumo fitting into them number 10 roles. You got then Sesko playing up front. You got a goalkeeper to replace Onana. Who else did we get in that summer? I think that was it, right? So you got all them 4 signings in. They were already set in stone. Now it's like, what type of midfielder are you getting? Is it a creative midfielder? Is it a 6? Is it someone who's a deep line playmaker? Is it someone who is a progressive 8? Like, what sort of midfielder are you getting? And I think right now, that's where the catch is, right? That's where everyone's kind of debating as to what sort of midfielder United are going to go and get. And that's the conversation. But it's a good conversation to have, though. You know what I mean? It's not as if, you know what I mean, we're linked with scrubs. You know what I mean? And all of a sudden, Mandem are saying, yeah, no, not in for him. It's actually midfielders or players that we actually all like, though. You know, if someone brings in Manu Kone that you're saying, I'm not against it. It's just not my preference, but I'm not against the signing of that. You feel me? Within the structure of a Manu, and Edison, and one more, and then Bruno and the 10, it's better. As long as you can tell me.
You know what threw us, Saeed? I think what threw us was the Edison signing, because there was because we've been after Edison for about 3 years now, yeah. So that kind of led us to believe that are there players that the club were after before Carrick, who had a different profile at the time for a certain manager, that they're still after now? Do you know what I'm saying? Because obviously, when you go and get a player like that who you've been after for 3 years, regardless of who the manager is, it kind of threw a lot of us. Because like I said, I don't remember anyone saying that we were going to get him in, even though we were been after him. And I remember even when we were linked to him at the beginning, everyone said, it's just the agent trying to connect him to Man United because we were after him before. Everybody was still in kind of denial. Nobody really thought he came through the door. But when you look at it for what it is, everyone gets it, age profile, you know, experience in the Champions League, 1 European trophies with Atalanta. Like, yeah, we get it. And the price as well, especially when you're looking at the market now, what everyone's asking you to get. He's not that far off anyone, and yet he's costing you £36 million where everyone else is going for 70, 80. So I get that. But I think that's what's thrown everybody to think, all right, cool. What's number 2 and number 3 looking like? And I think that's the only thing. But in terms of Fernandes, I don't think anyone's worried about when we get him. I think it's just because of the price keeps on going up. But I don't think anyone's been saying like, Ineos, go and get him now. I feel like everyone's just saying when you do get him, make sure you pay the right price. And from what I do know, terms have been agreed in terms of his wages to both clubs. It's just the fee that Brighton want. But in terms of his wages to Man United, that's already been agreed, and that preference has already been set.
Can I just like bring like a conversation? Like, does everyone trust Ineos to deliver this summer?
I do. I think we're gonna get what we need. This heat's bloody freezing my.
Don't worry. We can hear.
I think we're gonna get what we need, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I think we are. It might not be everyone's first choice, but no one's ever gonna be 100% happy, bro.
Yeah.
I get that.
Good comment, by the way. I might even put a poll out there as well. Do you trust Ineos to deliver? You know what I mean? Like, Noreen will come to you. Obviously, we'll get Rhino's opinion as well, because I want to see Rhino, you know what I mean, go against Nordin. But Nordin, looking back though, try and look a bit objective.
I got these for Rhino. Don't worry.
Don't worry, Nordin. I still got these, man. I still got the controllers.
I got them too.
Nordin, yeah.
I got a scuff controller this time, Rhino. Just in case we need a little bit more.
Nordin, before you answer here, try and look at it objectively as to the previous summers that they've had as well, and then look at it in that point of view. You know what I mean? When you give your answer.
Do you want me to tell you the best signing that Ineos made last season? It's the goalkeeper.
Yeah, you can do. Start with that.
Yeah, it was the goalkeeper.
It was just the goalkeeper. That was the best signing of the season.
None of us knew who he was when they signed him.
Yeah. Northern was on him. Or his boy, Jarvis.
Yeah. Listen, I think that was the most important signing. And I would like the club to surprise me more. With me, I don't look at transfers. I don't need big names. I don't need to know about you. I don't need to know everything about you. The most important thing, Saeed, is that we've got a football structure, right? So this is where my thing with Ineos, we've got a football structure. You know, I've been asking for this for years and years. We finally get there. They're still not determined what football they want to play. They're still helter-skelter football club. So the idea for me is that I think Lemons was the best signing. I think Cunha wanted to always come to United. You know, in Burma was whatever the Burma deal was. So Sesko, it was either United or Newcastle after what happened with Arsenal. And apparently him and his agent and Arsenal fell out, whatever it was. So he came to Manchester United. And he's somebody that Manchester United have looked at for years and years. You know, remember me talking about him like when he was 18. Yeah. So for me, these were the things. But at this moment in time, I in my heart of heart, I think some of you are genuinely, and I hope I'm wrong. I genuinely hope and pray I'm wrong. But I still think we need a centre half at this football club.
I agree.
We need a left back at this football club. I think we need 3 midfielders at this club. But this football club doesn't use January. So Saeed TV said to me, okay, no, you get your 3 midfielders now, yeah? You get that actually quality that which we're happy with. The right profiles, right? The right profiles to the way that the team wants to play, right? So even after Michael Carrick, another coach can come in and actually play with these players, yeah? He's not asking for them to be sold or whatever, right? Because now the club is signing players, right? But determine how you want to play and the type of players and the type of coaches you want. And that is still not happening. That's why it's a bit helter-skelter. We are linked to players that have totally different attributes to each other. And I just came in before in the conversation and ran on most majority of AJ. I think Ryan were all saying about the balance. You were all saying about the balance. It's about the balance. It's about the cohesion. So do I trust them to do that? No, sir. Do I trust them to do helter-skelter? Yes. Because that's what I've been. Now, is Vival now, do some people have more trust in Vival? I understand from some of his work. He's 50-50 side. Transfers are 50-50, by the way. And I'm not asking for Manchester United to get everything right. Because Fergie never got everybody right.
No, I agree.
So Fergie had all of that experience and never got right. I remember Cleverson. I remember Jemba. That's why I never get excited about watching players in the World Cup, man. I remember we bought Cleverson after that World Cup. You know what I mean? We bought Jemba. So for me, I look at it. We bought even. I can go back even further with Bobovsky. Like I don't want Manchester United to panic. I want Manchester United to have scouted these players, to have done their research, to have done the 3 to 4 months or 6 months. Usually a signing, if you want to make it, it takes due diligence, everybody to be happy with the signing. They reckon 5 to 6 months. So I don't want panic FC side. Me personally, on the other way, would rather get rid of dead wood before I can bring in players. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? I'd rather have one window where they get rid of the dead wood and then bring clear wages, bring players. So for me, I've said it to you. I think we need 6 to 7 players. And I think playing 3 games a week next season is going to catch up with us. We've got an inexperienced coach, which Ineos stumbled up on. They've not. He just come in and made a job his. It wasn't in their plan. So we have to. Could you say that since January, since he came in, has the plan changed now? Where they scouting for Amarim, where they scouting for that type of system? Yeah. Could there be a bit of grace? Yeah. But for me, the biggest thing is, have you got? I don't care if I've heard of the player, if I want the player, and if the player is so obvious. Have you got a plan for him? Is there a plan? Is he key part of your jigsaw? Those are the things that are important to me. And you'd be shocked. You know my agenda. I despise these laws. But the idea that I would if Manchester United to go and pay 85 million for Fernandes, I'm sorry, that's not happening.
Nuruddin, can I ask you a question? A genuine question, yeah. You were screaming the Alex Scott thing for a minute. Like to the point that the man that were looking at it like Alex Scott. I remember this clearly. A couple of men probably even laughed. Cool.
Yeah.
Now we're linked to him. Do you feel like obviously you've just explained that you're not really confident that we will actually get certain players, but you wait and see. But how are you feeling about actually being linked to him now? Does that give you a bit of confidence?
I've watched him. You know, Bournemouth are my favorite team to watch in it.
Yeah.
Football, right? So I watch other teams that I like to watch, especially Matt's finishing 15th and shit. When I've got to go to Old Trafford and watch shit. So I watch teams. Like next season, I love the Serbi. I like certain coaches. I like the way they play football. So I'm going to be watching Spurs next season. I want to see what the Zerbi can do, right? He's a madman. And now they try to get in players. But I rate Alex Scott. I talked about his dribbling. I talked about his front forwardness. I talked about he can do both the defensive and the offensive. And actually, his running style. But the only thing that scared me a little bit is only watching football right now for a long time. When young players get ACLs, I'm a bit like, you know what I mean? It's the knee ever the same. You know, like the ACL is the knee ever the same. And it could be, I don't know which knee it was because he's right-footed. If it's the left, that's your standing foot because you're not using it as much, right? If it's the right, it's a different thing. But that was my only concern. But in terms of a player, I rate him. And the other thing is, because I need to always be objective, is that, was it the Areola system that makes this player look wow? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I look at somebody like the left back, the left back. He looked incredible, like under that system, right?
Kirkers,
and then he went to Liverpool, and now he's not doing this, recycling the ball between the back four. You know what I mean? He's doing this, so we're gonna see what Kirkers does now that Areola's there. But I like Alex Scott. I'm not gonna lie to you. You'd be shocked. I think he's more talented than Declan Rice. Like technically superior than Declan.
That's not like a mad shout. As in,
That's not mad at all.
Listen, I said that the other day to a couple of my brethren. So we're all like, whoa.
Who they support? Who they support?
Rice, man. They think Declan Rice is the greatest thing.
Who they support?
Well, some of them support Arsenal. So some of them are Liverpool fans as well. It's a mixture of them.
I do think that Declan's one of those players. Unless he plays for you, you don't really see what he really does offer.
Listen, no, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought it was a lot of hype. I'm not gonna lie to you. I've said it to Saeed before. Like I thought Declan Rice, but when he went to Arsenal, I seen him levels go up, and I respect that. But I think Alex Scott on the ball is better player.
No, there's better man better on the ball.
Yeah, there's better man that's like that, but they just got no end product. But I think Scott ends up with his manager Areola at Liverpool. They need some more midfielders as well. I think he's definitely going to go and grab a few of his old players in, and United just have to figure it out. We just got to figure out what we got to figure out. But I'm still not gonna based on how everybody's perception is of Ineos and how confident they are of the summer. I'm not having no excuses for the manager or Ineos when we start the season. I don't want to hear no excuses.
Facts.
I don't want to hear that we didn't get our targets. We wanted this, whether we wanted. I don't want to hear anything about anything. I just want delivery. Yeah, because the same way
listen, Musa, the only thing though, I just know that from this football club, whether it's Ineos or Glazers, right? Now that both of them have to make decisions for the football club, I'm not going to blame Michael Carrick if he's not being backed because
I agree. Yeah.
I will be.
I'm not going to blame the manager, but I just want man to deliver.
No, I understand that.
Ineos have to deliver. It's not Michael Carrick delivering. It's Ineos delivering.
I don't want to hear no excuses about anything, Saeed. Just play the ball. Like my thing is this. Like we've seen with Areola, we've seen it was everyone has their own thing that they need to succeed at. Carrick needs to succeed in his own style of play and how he wants to play the game. Like regardless of that's what I'm saying. Regardless of who Carrick has on the field. Like we've seen with some of the managers with lesser teams like Bournemouth or Brighton, we need Carrick because obviously everyone said in the period of time he came to win us games, get us into the Champions League position, and then start his pre-season and build the way he wants to go. So Carrick has to prove himself in what he wants to do, how he wants to play, regardless on who's on the pitch. Because if our starting midfield tomorrow is Edison, who we've purchased, basically just has to get done. Kobe Mainu, and Bruno Fernandes, we move. I don't want to hear too much about anything. We move. If that's who we've got, if it's Edison, Kobe, and Bruno, and that's our starting midfield, we move. Yeah, because everyone's told me about Edison and Champions League experience, a good at age, won the European trophy, blah, blah, blah. Well, I've heard it all, so let's move that. And then whoever comes in, wherever. We get Tchouaméni, we don't. That's one thing. And then Ineos has got their own thing as well. We're going to hold them to the standard of what happened to all these big names. Now the window's closed. You ain't got no one in.
That's why for me, I'm waiting instead of like doing a madness earlier. And I think that's where maybe Rhino was saying as well. Like it's still
I'm waiting, but when I bug out, I don't want no one. Don't hold me back.
I hear it.
No one hold me. Don't touch me. I'm gonna be like, get off me.
Man's gonna catch a stray holding Musa back.
I'm gonna say, get off me. Yeah, because I hear that. Like, just it is what it is.
If the World Cup finishes here and Man United don't sign a player, I think it's well within your right to bug out.
Yeah.
For some of the players that we were linked to are not at the World Cup. Whether it's Tonali, whether it's Adam Wharton, whether it's Alex Scott, whether it's Matteas Fernandez. A lot of these players are not at the World Cup, and pre-season starts in 2 weeks. So
but Musa, what's the link though? I think what's the link? Because a man will sit here and say we're linked. Then a man will pop down a link and say, "Oh, but every link could be fit."
No, I'm just saying. What's really credible? If we're looking at the names, whether it's credible or not, the names that we've been linked to have been consistent. And Alex Scott, Matteas Fernandez, Tonali, Adam Wharton. These are the names. All of these players don't have World Cup, and they're going to be ready for pre-season in 2 weeks. And they're not going to be at our club because we haven't purchased them. But pre-season starts in 2 weeks. And I remember just a month ago when Noradine was saying, listen, the season starts in 2 months. Stop hyping.
When pre-season starts in July the 9th, I was like, rah.
Yeah, here we go.
July the 9th and that. But the thing is, though, my thing is, I want to buy quality over quantity. Like, I don't want to just buy a signing.
Agreed.
Well, you do say, but we're saying this. If you know your preseason starts in July the 9th and your targets are not at the World Cup, then what are you doing? But let me just keep quiet.
No, the thing is, you know what it is, though? But the thing is, though, look at the Elliot Anderson deal. Like, Man City are taking about a month to...
He's at the World Cup. Forget about that. If the players at the World Cup, you've got excuses. But we're just looking at, I'm not saying we're not Madrid, but people keep on reminding me and saying that Man United is bigger than Madrid. Madrid just went in and got their players signed. They're ready for it. The ones that are not at World Cup, they're getting ready for pre-season. I'm just saying, if we're saying we are who we are, and we are this big club.
Omar Barada came in the interview and said, we're not going to be, what's the word? Held to ransom. I don't know if you have stuff.
Give Michael I was on mute, sorry. I was going to ask, who's got their business done?
Not many.
I say Real Madrid's got their business done.
Their business is garbage, let's be real. But other than that...
You can't say who's got their business done and they're saying call it garbage.
No, that's fine. You gave me an example and it's valid, but give me another example.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is this.
You wouldn't take Dumfries. You wouldn't take Bernardo Silva.
You wouldn't take Dumfries. Don't take Dumfries tomorrow.
Would you take that window that they had, Battle? What's that?
Bro, we would take every single player.
That was better than Dumfries. What are we doing?
Dumfries months ago. I remember this. The man that all this Dumfries. Yeah.
What are we talking about?
No, I'm not agreeing with that. But the man them did this Dumfries.
I don't know that
word. I never did Dumfries.
AJ is saying we would take every single one of those players.
Dumfries isn't even a fullback. Dumfries is a wingback. He's realistically a winger. Yeah, he's realistically a winger. That's about it.
I mean, he watched him play right back in the World Cup and he's slapping in crosses like a dickhead.
He's right back. Dumfries is levels compared. He's always been levels.
As a wing back, I would have took him, but as a right back,
we don't play with a wing back, so we don't need him.
He's better than Delo.
He's not better than Delo, but let's get out of this conversation right now because if you want to say that technically Mourinho wanted
Delo first. By the way, it was like 18 million.
Yeah, 18 million.
Yeah, something like that. 18 or something like that.
So you're saying you wouldn't take Dumfries for 18 mil?
I would have 100%.
That's a right back.
I wouldn't take because he's not a right back. He's a wing back.
He's a right back. Stop playing games.
He's not a right back.
18 million.
He plays right back. That's the only place he's ever played. He's never played right wing.
Yes, he's a wing back. Yes,
I believe.
But
he's played with three. He's played with three defenders behind him his whole career.
Saeed.
Haji Mazraoui, man. Haji Mazraoui.
Yeah, Imam Mazraoui.
That's my guy.
I don't want to see Mazraoui right back again. I've seen him at left back. I think he should just stay there.
Bro, he can play anywhere, man. I'm telling you now, yeah.
He's a good right back. His first season at Old Trafford under Eric Ten Hag, he was one of our best players. He was so good. we thought we could play him in the 10. Everyone was amazed.
I think you know what happened to Mazraoui? Yeah, Mazraoui gets caught out. Yeah, Mazraoui gets caught out when the game gets physical and it gets like to a point.
He's a utility player, Saeed. He's the first guy off the bench. You'll put him in the left. You put him in the right. You put him as a utility center back. He's good to have in your squad, but like he's not.
Don't rate him, Carrick. Don't rate him.
Yeah, but his first season at Man United,
he's a good squad player.
We're ready to vote him as player of the season.
Regardless, he's trying to retire so he can go learn the Quran anyway. So like we don't have a lot of time with him. He's gonna open his own Islamic school very soon. But
you know what it is?
Yeah, he's a sheikh, Sheikh Mazraoui.
Kanate,
those signings are good for what Real Madrid need.
You would have took Kanate. Stop playing games, man.
Konate, bro, please don't get me started with Konate. Wallahi, the most overrated centre back in the league over the last few years. It's a good signing for them because they need centre backs, but no, I wouldn't take him. I wouldn't take him.
On a free, everyone just said we need a centre back.
They had an El Hilal type sign summer. I swear to God, if I would have given you that list and I said El Hilal signed Bernardo Silva, they signed Dumfries, they signed Konate, they signed who else did they sign? They made like one more signing. You would have believed that's a Saudi Arabia summer.
He plays on a free. If you would have told me we were getting that player of that caliber on a free coming from different teams.
Regardless, I don't want to get into right back debates because that's not our point. My point is,
it's not even about the players per se. It's about what Madrid need. All those players.
My point is this: is what I said to you earlier, though. What I said to you before as well. What I'm saying is that Man United have targets who are not at the World Cup. Nothing is targets so that they're ready for pre-season. Most of the big clubs get their business done so that the players are ready for pre-season. That's my only argument. If you're at the World Cup, there's an argument for why we haven't got the job done. If you're not at the World Cup and you're one of our targets, and we had money, we saw that we tried to get Semenyo in the January transfer window. We didn't. Money is available for us to go and do deals. We've done the Ederson deal. I'm just saying, if any of our other targets, Matheus Fernandez, Alex Scott, there are serious targets and they're not at the World Cup, then we get the business done, hopefully, before pre-season, and we keep it moving.
I feel like we're missing a trick in not getting that Lacroix, man, for 30-odd million. I think for me, Chelsea getting a free reign on that is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's mad.
That's mad,
like they
bro.
want to play it back free, though.
Hey?
I feel like they want to play it back free, though.
Yeah, they want to play it back free, but still, though, I think Lacroix is good enough, man, to be playing. You know, alongside Nelly Euro or alongside, you know, Martinez, you know what I mean? It would have been a good one, man. But Chelsea have gone in there quite early, and it looks like they're going to go and get him, which makes me believe like the centre-back market ain't that great, you know, Mandem. Like, I don't look at centre-back market and I'm like, yo, is it blessed out there? I don't think it's blessed. So when you say like centre market is United in centre-back, it's good, but it's not blessed market. Like, look at Tottenham, they overpaid for Van Heck. You know, like, you know, it's one of them ones where you need players who are going to be proven and go straight into that role there. And if you can't, then you're going to be.
You know who's a really good centre back, Saeed, and he showed out this World Cup. Singo from Ivory Coast. He's an absolute beast. Wallahi, he's a beast, bro. Oh my goodness, this guy's just everywhere. He's putting out every fucking fire on the pitch. What a centre back he is.
Yeah, there's well. But again, it's buying centre backs off the back of a World Cup. You know, it's always a bit of a risk. But I get what you're trying to say, though. He is sort of that.
Looks decent, though.
Who?
I done
Schlotterbeck from Germany. He looks decent.
Yeah, but he's got injured.
I think he just got injured and he's out for the World Cup.
Yeah, he's out for the World Cup. You know what I mean? But the main thing is, just to add a bit of perspective, United didn't sign Mbeumo, their second signing, until July, I believe it was the 19th. If that's copium, that's copium. But United do end up signing players after the financial year. Once the financial year kicks in, United will sort of go in for their main assets. Now, whether we get them for pre-season, it's another conversation. But judging by the Amazon documentary, they would look to want to get in a couple of faces to show the broadcasters what they're aiming for and whatnot. Or maybe
you haven't spoken about that.
Maybe it's all part of the plan that, you know, I watched Omar Barada for Man City documentary and the way they were talking about transfers and that. Maybe they're all trying to just plan something behind the scenes where they want to show it for the cameras. Maybe that's what it is. And maybe they don't want to. Imagine now on camera, Omar Barada gets seen to be paid 85 million for Matteas Fernandez.
It's not worth it, mate. No, I will not advise that. I'm against that.
No, but that's what I'm saying to you.
I agree with
I
you.
want to know think about this documentary, though.
The documentary,
Yo,
bro.
the documentary is gonna be the biggest PR edited out PR BS, mate.
No, I
I'm
think,
gonna be around.
I think they'll show that bit. I think
Listen,
they'll show
when
the
that's at
side
Old Trafford, I'm going all around trying to catch Amazon people so that I can have my 2 pence. But AJ, I saw you, man. I saw you with Iwobi and that. Doing bits,
Calm,
man.
man.
Doing bits, man. Big up.
Is it only Iwobi though? Is it anyone else? You know what I mean? He wants to mention.
Saeed's so cheeky. He's such a cheeky guy. Like.
No, man. Is it only Iwobi? But no, honestly, I think you know what, man. I can't lie to you. I think there's more. There's positivity regarding the transfer window. I think it's not all doom and gloom. But then again, if Mandem want to crash out, they can crash out. I'm just not crashing out too early. You feel me? I think for me, they're still early in the transfer window. Not many teams have signed their players. Wait until maybe the start of July, and then if he doesn't pick up,
But Saeed, can you imagine if we had to get a new manager this window as well?
Oh wow, yeah, that's crazy.
And that's the thing is, like we left the season with an interim, talking about we're getting a new manager in the summer and then trying to get things rolling. I did a show the other day and I was saying that a lot of people are not worried about Spurs, they're not worried about Chelsea, they're not worried about Liverpool. They're saying that they got new managers. But what I'm saying is that we've given hope to clubs like Chelsea and Spurs with the fact that an interim's come in and within 6 months we've got Champions League football and everything's changed. And they're looking at that interim saying, look, we've got a better manager than that. You know what I'm saying? They believe they have a better club setup as well in terms of getting in the players that they want. So when you look at Spurs, they're thinking, hold on, we got De Zerbi. If they were able to do that with Carrick, we get them the right players, then we can be pushing again for top 4 if we hit the ground running and get the players in that we want early enough so that De Zerbi can build on the ground. So everyone's inspired off the back of what Carrick's done because they believe they've got better coaches in the dugout to actually have a go at the season, whether that's Xavi Alonso, De Zerbi, Iriola. A lot of these people or these teams, even with City and what's his name?
Maresca.
Maresca. Yeah, a lot of these guys think they've got better coaches in the dugout and they just need to get the players for these coaches to actually all go for top 4 again. So I think we've got a fight on for this top 4.
Yeah. And let me get the super chats, people. With all due respect, we got Addis. If you think Tchouaméni joins United, you're deluded. Remember, Ramos and De Jong, Ineos defenders mocked us for calling them frauds. Relegation battle next season. Be ready. Ineos strategy, spend nothing. Is that Nora's burner out there? Big up Abdelaziz. Blank says, Sangare, Scott Beleba, Sander Berge, not that hard. I think for me, Sander Berge would allow that one. I can't lie to you.
Why are we allowing Sanderberg? Good player.
Nah, man, he's 2 years old news, man. I think it's old news, man. I can't lie to you.
Good player, man.
It was Edison, to be fair, and 2 years later we got him. We were linked with him 2 years ago.
He's
3 years.
Look at Sander. Imagine Sander Berge being our second choice striker, second choice midfielder, man. Come on, man. Them like we're not gonna go far, man.
Listen, this is the briefing, though. That's what Saeed. You've been PR'd. You've been spun on a washing machine.
Man said you've been PR'd. That's a new one.
That's a new one,
You
man.
got extra
You've been
spun,
PR'd.
mate. Trust me, you need to get the t-shirts in this hot weather, man. You've been on the extra spin, bro.
I said you've been PR'd. Hey, that sounds mad.
About tier. There's tiers to this. They're just buying players, bro. That's
Brother,
what
ain't no buying players, mate. We're writing. If they
All
buy
right, next time one of my brothers chats crap, I'm gonna say you've been PR'd, my brother. Allow it.
Wait, Nordin, who's he been PR'd by? Who's he been PR'd by?
Ineos.
By the club. Staffy, do you know how many times the club sends out a briefing about different tiers of midfielders and this is what the player that we want. Anderson, the club came out and said he's our number 1 target 11 months ago, 10 months ago. What are we doing here?
It's not about names. I'm not saying about names. It's just that you can't go and get Edison and Sanderberg. That is one or the other. You go and get Sanderberg or Edison. You don't get both of them. You know, I'm sorry, man. You just don't. If you want to be serious, you don't do that. Big up to Craig Hope Bomber and Arsenal. I've seen that. Bruno Gomes apparently linked with Arsenal. Yo, Musa, bring back Blackchester United, says blank. Saying no cap. DSRVS 250 a week.
No backup deserves. That's what he said.
Okay, yeah, cool. Cape Verde winning tomorrow. Come on, big up to Cape Verde, man. Anderson, B-Tech Milner, and Shoe Zone Gerard. Wouldn't mind an English duo of Manu and Wharton. Wharton dictate Edison as a runner and Manu. Wharton is a young Carrick, will mold him into a baller. And Adewale says Ineos out. We wanted Anderson, Tonali, and Diomande since January. We didn't even put in bids for any of our first choices, and we ain't getting any in right now. Listen, is it all doom and gloom, guys? Am I?
Them man said they want to deal Monday, now they're telling us about Sutherland or something. Oh my lord, them man they're sticking up.
You can't be talking down on Sanderberg while rating Bacolo. Nah, come on, man. That's crazy. That's a reach, bro. He said, nah, allow it. We need depth. Your opinion on Sanderberg. I think Sanderberg's a good player, but I just don't like the idea of Sanderberg and Anderson.
Saeed, if I got you a Sanderberg, same exact player, but his name is something else, you would say sign him. You just don't like that his name is Sanderberg and he's been relevant for 2 years. You want something that sounds new. That's the only difference.
We're aiming big, man. I'm sorry, man, but like we either said we're buying Sanderberg, Edison as the third choice.
What do you think about Stiller?
But Saeed, you gotta look at the levels that are coming off the bench for some of these teams. Like you look at Arsenal, they're bringing off what's his name, the guy that they signed from Brentford last season, Norgard. That's their bench option. Like it's not that they're bringing off someone amazing off the bench. City, same thing. Who are City bringing off the bench last season? They were bringing on Kovacic. They were bringing on Nico Gonzalez. Like no one is bringing on world-class players off the bench. So when you say you don't want Sanderberg, he's the same level as some of these guys that I just mentioned, if not better.
Right.
Reinders a good player, man.
Hey?
Reinders is a top player.
Oh, Reinders, yeah. Okay, cool. Listen, people, we're going to wrap it up here, man. I can't lie to you, man. I need to get out of this room. It's very, very hot in here.
You not got a fan?
I've got a fan, but bro.
I got my spray, my water spray.
Man. It's blowing hot air out, man. You feel me? So
that's why you need some ice cold water spray, Say. Just give it some spray in your back.
I'm gonna install actual fans, bro. That's my thing I'm gonna do for next year. Like next year, I'm gonna install actual fans in the actual room, man. That's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, that's what we're moving next year, man. But people, make sure you hit the like. The likes are not right now at where it should be. So guys, we need to get to 800 likes, guys. And right now we're currently on 600 likes. We need 200 more likes, guys, on the video. Man says show done already, broski. Everyone needs to go outside and enjoy golden hour, man, and enjoy the sunshine. You feel me? We've been out here hour and a half. There's World Cup still to
If we stay for another 30 minutes, Northern is going to start talking about Maguire, and I'm not trying to have another Maguire debate.
You know what I mean? So
let's end it before it happens.
Yeah, people, man, you get me? Like it's too hot to be in here, man. I'll be real with you.
I'm done with Maguire.
I'm out.
Yeah, people, make sure you follow AJ Knows Ball. You feel me? Doing bits on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. You get me? He's out there shining. So big up to you, broski, each and every time. Musa is also doing it as well. So big up to Musa as well. We got Rhino as well doing his thing as well. Big up to Rhino as well. Sure. Big up to you always. Staffy as well. You get me? He's a part-time YouTuber now, but listen, he gonna be active, I'm sure.
Hey man, it doesn't matter. Part-time is better than nothing. I'll be live today for some watch along.
Listen, you know what, Saeed? Can we congratulate Staffy?
I'm a full-time NBA champion. That's what matters.
Staffy, congratulations to Egypt for winning their first game in the World Cup, bro. Come on now.
Thank you. We got Iran tomorrow. If we beat Iran, we finish first in the group.
But I want Iran to go through, though. I want Iran to go through, bro.
Yeah,
they can go through as a third place.
Third place, man. Third place.
Big up, bro.
Big up.
You know, I was happy to see Salah, singing and enjoying the culture, man. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And also, Nuruddin, make sure you follow Nuruddin.
Tomorrow, 12:30, man. 12:30 tomorrow.
Yeah, there you go. So make sure you follow him as well. Big up to the community. Big up to everyone that's locked in. You feel me? It's been a pleasant year so far. We've all living life. And like I said to you, man, United are going to get signing in through the door. Be patient. And 21 is coming. Take care.